And Boosie is one of my favorite interviewees that you've had on your platform. I'm watching every time it drops. And I'm now hearing that he's going up in price. He may be moving away from Vlad TV.
I ain't do Vlad no more. We couldn't come up with a agreement. He ain't want to pay me. I wanted 5,000 more than he wanted to pay me. He didn't want to pay me, so.
What are your comments on this situation?
Well, look, me and Boosie, our business relationship goes back 20 years. Before Vlad TV, when I was doing DVDs and I was holding the camera and going to Atlantic Records and filming him and Webby, and we'll show a little clip of that. It'll show how far we really go back.
You ever run into any of the cats that bit off you?
Nah, we ain't ran into him yet, you know what I'm saying? But they know who they is.
And me and Boosie have had a good relationship, a great relationship, a friendship, a business relationship. I've been to his house a bunch of times. I met his family. And
definitely interesting to see how far these two men go back. I'm talking about 15, 20 years, but at the end of the day, it is still all about business. Don't take it personal. This is business.
And originally, I wasn't paying him to do interviews. But over time, as the views kept going up and people were really gravitating towards these interviews, we started working out appearance fees.
I've had some cool mushroom trips. So you taking your first one in your 30s, how did it feel?
Well, I took one in jail. My white boy gave me one in jail, but I was sad. Like I was sad, but the ones I took in that fucking snow, like, bro, like, Vlad, I never been high like that in my life. Like, the snow was so fucking white, bro, like. You know.
And the fees slowly went up. And over the last couple of years, the fee that we actually stuck at was around was $25,000 per interview.
Mm.
And that price was justified because Boosie was pulling in like 6 million views for every interview. And in that particular situation, and I showed Boosie all the numbers and all my back end numbers and so forth, when he was getting around 5.5 million views, I would make around 35,000 off that interview, and he would make 25,000.
Now, this is a excellent lesson. Whether you want to talk about business, finances, whatever it is, Boosie thought or think that his worth is much more than he's getting paid. Vlad gave us a little bit of the history about how when they first started off years ago, Boosie was not getting paid anything. Then it started to scale up to as far as $25,000 per interview. This is a very deep and interesting discussion we're getting ready to have.
Right, so I had a $10,000 profit margin. He still made the majority of the money, but I was still making $10,000, so I was cool with that, right? And we were rocking like that for years. So some time had passed. It was, I don't know, about 6, 7, 8 months since our last interview. So I just hit him up one day, a couple of weeks ago, and we had a conversation. And this conversation was a private business conversation, but Boosie recently did a live where he revealed parts of this conversation. And in his live, he said that he had asked for $5,000 more, and I said no, which is why he's not going to do the interview. I wanted 5,000 more than he wanted to pay me. He didn't want to pay me, so I think I'm gonna make more money doing it this way. And I'm editing my interview now. Now, that's not exactly accurate. So, I wasn't gonna put any of this out there, but because he started putting out numbers out there and people started going, oh, Vlad being cheap, why is it only 5,000? You could pay him that, not knowing the whole picture. So I'm gonna lay out the whole picture for everyone just to explain what exactly is going on. So when I called Boosie, like I said, the fee had always been $25,000. He said, I want $40,000.
Damn, 25,000 to 40,000. That's almost 100% increase. That is a huge, steep increase.
And I'm like, fam, I can't do 40,000. That's just putting me in the hole in a situation like this. He's like, well, I'll go as low as 35. And I'm like, man, listen, I might be able to do 30 after I run the numbers, but 35.
And the crazy part about it, the fact that Boosie even started to engage in this dialogue, which is Boosie versus Vlad now. This Vlad interview is almost at 1 million views. So without Boosie. So Boosie's not going to get paid anything for this interview that he pretty much stirred up.
Is definitely out of the question. But let me go ahead and run my numbers and actually see what's going on. So I went back and I looked through the last, 5 or 6 interviews, and I looked, and the profit margin on each of these interviews was around $10,000. So I showed him the numbers. I sent him a spreadsheet showing him my back end numbers, and I'm like, bro, the most I could do is 25. You're asking for 35. Your traffic has been dipping over the years. You've gone from about 6 million to about 5.5 to about 5 and some change. So you're looking at about maybe a 10, 15% decrease in views, which means a 10 to 15% decrease in revenue, as you know, but you're asking for a 40% increase in appearance fee, a 40% increase. It doesn't make any business sense, because what'll end up happening is, look, Boosie's already at home, right? He wakes up, he does the interview. There's no cost associated with him, and he was getting paid $25,000. I have to fly because I don't have a studio or a camera crew in Georgia, in Atlanta, so I have to hire a camera crew in Atlanta. I have to fly from LA to Atlanta. I have to get a hotel. I have to have all the costs associated with it. And then afterwards, I have to pay to get the video edited and pay my crew and everything else like that. And as you know, with YouTube, I'm taking all the risk because sometimes videos get demonetized, right? Especially when you talk about someone like a Boosie who has, he swears, he's talking about a lot of edgy stuff. And at the end of the day, I'm taking 100% of the risk. So I'm like, listen, I cannot pay you $35,000 when I'm going to make nothing, or maybe I'm even going to take a loss. And Boosie is like, yo, you're being cheap. And I said, I'm not being cheap. I'm being put in a situation where you make all the money and I make none of the money. It simply doesn't make any business sense.
Hey, Friday, Patreon. I need you to log up right now. Patreon, Friday, my new interview. I ain't interviewed in 6 months. I went off on that. It's an hour and 30 minutes long. It's part 1. Part 2 will be releasing Wednesday. And it's time for my fans to support me, man. I mean, we all we got, bro. I just got a call from one of my Hawks dude who sit courtside. He say, Boosie, I'm gonna give you 500 to 1,000 for that interview, because I just saw a page where they talk shit about you and it made me mad. And I'm just grateful for fans like that, bro. For real. To all my fans who was paying the subscription to Vlad for my content, it's time for you to pay me that money. It's time.
He say instead of paying Vlad for his content, you could pay me direct now. Boosie does have a huge following. His personality is very polarizing. He's very entertaining. One thing he can and knows how to do is create content.
For me to get that money, cause I'm doing it. I'm doing it different every time. Next, my son's gonna be asking me questions. Me and Tootie, YN versus the OGs. Then my daughter. So it's gonna be lit, bro. So I need y'all to tap in. All my real Boosie fans, bro. I need y'all to tap in, man. There's gonna be a lot of people trying to bring me down, But and we don't need much of us. We don't need much of it. But it's going down Patreon. I'm going live tonight on Patreon. All week I'm going live on Patreon. So y'all tap in, bro. Y'all tap in. I'm trying something new. Y'all tap in. That's what hustlers do, baby.
And people been telling Boosie for years, why don't you start your own, man? You always on Vlad. Start your own. Well, guess what Boosie is getting ready to do right now? Start his own.
Gucci and Pooh Shiesty. They pretty much being pretty hard on Guwap right now. And We just want to know how you feel about it.
Gucci shouldn't have told. He should not identify them for. You know what he should have said when they came in this bitch?
Boosie has lost his damn mind. Nobody is buying that, man. You'll be back on Vlad before the year ends. Anyone to buy a $20 interview is insane. And someone out there will buy it and leak it for us to see. Should've went to YouTube. Ain't nobody finna pay that. LMAO said, it's time for my fans to support me. We all we got.
So now Boosie is talking about starting his own platform, whether it's through Patreon, giving exclusive content. He said, you know what? Instead of paying for somebody else's Patreon, come mess with me. I'll go live. I'll act a fool like y'all like to see me act a fool. I'll do interviews letting y'all know what my feelings are or opinion is about the pop culture, about the latest, whether it's Pooh Shiesty, Gucci Mane, Drake, whatever it is that he be talking about on Vlad. He's going to do that on his own platform, and you can see what some of the fans are saying.
You so out of touch, I low-key feel sorry for you. But you can't tell a person like you shit. Shit gotta go through motions. That was a crazy statement. If fans don't support you, you wouldn't be where you at today. SMH, y'all spending money on this bullshit and we can't even afford to live. I see why the government play in our face. His goofy ass already missing that 25K. Should have taken the 30K and gone about your business.
Well, you know, sometimes you got to bet on yourself, and Boosie is saying he's going to bet on himself. Yeah, he turned down the $25,000, but what can he make on his own? If he bet on himself, he start to get the traction, he could really make a lot of money with the Patreon and a lot of the other platforms and ways that he can get monetized the same way Vlad and a lot of the other YouTubers are getting monetized.
Okay, Boosie.
They got a lot of gunners in this sewer. We in New York City. I see about 3 gunners right now. One just went under the sewer.
Oh my goodness.
One just went under the sewer. Go find them.
Out.
They all over here. Blue mean no fucking jelly. How the fuck you gonna sell a biscuit with no motherfucking jelly?
Hey, one thing about Boosie knows how to make content. He's funny at the same time. Boosie little platform gonna be lit, man.
This shit done blew me, man. You want this shit?
Yeah.
I like them little bitches right there.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me get them bitches right. You finna drive the yacht.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Fuck drive the boat, drive the yacht. 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 Fuck drive the boat, drive the yacht.
Man, that girl did the centipede. Do that centipede again.
You got anything against monkeys?
I ain't got nothing against monkeys.
You mind holding this and feeding them?
I ain't feeding no monkey.
You sure?
I ain't feeding no
Oh
monkey.
no, I'm just saying if you could just do that for us.
I ain't fucking with no monkey.
No monkey. Is you scared of monkeys?
Shit, no. I ain't fucking with them. I ain't fucking with them. I don't fuck with snakes. I don't fuck with monkeys.
The kids wanted a dog at a time.
I got dogs.
Oh, you end up getting this one?
Yeah, I got 3-4 dogs at the house.
So do you mind just feeding them monkeys?
I don't fuck with monkeys.
I'm just saying.
Look at that fucking long ass tail. I don't fuck with monkeys.
What do you do to you?
I don't know.
$5,000, you wouldn't feed this monkey.
Yeah, where's that? I'm a hustler. Where's that? I just told you money don't come in between. This is not a bitch. This is money. I need all my aunties to pull up. Be a vendor. I need nails. I need all kinds. I need to borrow somebody's car. I need your shit right now in Charlotte. We need bad bitches. You don't need nappy hair bitches. We need bad bitches. If I need a haircut, now this is the best day of my life. I need 3 jet skis and a boat. I need everybody to go get my cologne right now. Man, I'm in Atlanta. I need a go-kart, man. I need some giraffes. If you got some giraffes for sale. We probably need to start our own economy, man. Economy, our own foods, our own Amazon, and everybody get together and make our own economy.
Yeah.
Let's get ready with Daddy and 7. It's my first time, so y'all give me a little. Y'all don't be too hard on me.
All right, how we starting off?
See, that's another segment that people will watch. People are watching Boosie and his family. So this man got tons of content. He's going to make a lot of money doing his own thing.
I won't mess with a hair. I did have on the hair. I put in one plate. Let me slick them sides. Let me slick. I ain't too. I know I'm patient. Kind of a little ball in the back. Okay. Hey, this Wednesday I'm doing the interview. I'm basically gonna be answering the questions that's been in my DMs since October, since my last interview. October, September, so it's gonna be a long ass interview about everything that been asked to me in the last 6-7 months. I don't know where I'm gonna put it at yet, but it'll be dropping the week after. I don't know where I'm gonna put it at yet, but of course you're gonna have to pay for it. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I'm just gonna let everybody know how I feel about everything since October.
Okay, now as you can see, Boosie seems to have set up his own camera here. It looks like he's doing his own interview, which I gotta say, I don't think that that's a bad move. I do believe it'll create extra revenue for Boosie. Do I think that that interview will...
No, that's not a bad move at all. And not only that, Boosie knows a lot of famous people, whether it's in the hip hop industry, entertainment industry overall. He can get a lot of people on his platform. So a lot of people are doubting Boosie, but I think this is an awesome move for Boosie to start to monetize his own name, image, and likeness. Vlad has been eating off of this dude for years, even though Vlad say, I'm being transparent. I'm showing you how much I'm making. Man, people can manipulate the numbers. Shouts out to Boosie for trusting himself, for betting on himself, and standing tall through it all. We rooting for Boosie, man.
Perform as good as an interview on Vlad's platform? Probably not, because Vlad has what, 5, almost 6 million subscribers now? Well, actually he has almost 7 million subscribers now. So he's got that built-in audience that watches the interviews, and that kind of helps create the revenue from the interviews that he does. Now, I do think Boosie's interview will be successful if he releases it on his own. I just don't know if it'll be as successful as it is on Vlad TV. I could be wrong though. I do think it's a good business move for Boosie, but, and y'all know I don't like to defend Vlad a whole lot,